Hey guys, in today's video, I will be reviewing the top 8 best Sony phones in 2025. I made this list based on my personal experience, and I try to rank them based on their quality, durability, customer reviews, and more. If you want to know about the best pricing and more information, you can check the description links below. Number 8 in my list is Sony Xperia Pro smartphone. Sony has a strange habit of designing amazing technological masterpieces that no one will buy. To put it bluntly, the Xperia Pro is a very niche device. It's for video creators, professional photographers, videographers, and streamers. The whole idea is that you can hook up your phone to a professional camera and use it as an external display with 5G capabilities. It may not sound like much, but let's say you work in the film industry. You have to take hundreds of set photos, costume photos, and cast photos, all of which need to be sent to casting directors, costume directors, etc. with the Xperia Pro attached to your camera. All of this can happen instantly. You can record video and send it straight to the editing room without having to physically go there or deal with flash drives, SSDs, lightning cables, etc. Needless to say, any streamer or YouTuber can benefit from this device, especially if they're creating content on the go, such as travel blogs, tour guide series, etc. The only real downside to this phone is its price. At $2,499.99, it's a bit much for a dedicated external monitor. Add in the phone's features, amazing 4K screen, powerful onboard software, and all the bells and whistles, and the Sony Xperia Pro might not be such a bad idea after all. Number 7 in my list is Sony Xperia 5 III 125GB 5G factory unlocked smartphone. If you think the Xperia 5 IV is too expensive and clunky, the Xperia 5 II could be a great alternative. This phone takes all the goodness of its bigger sibling and makes it a step smaller. It does all this without sacrificing cool features like a 120Hz display refresh rate and a 240Hz touch sampling rate. The Xperia 5 III is a great little phone with a great display. It's a 6.1-inch FHD plus HDR OLED, and it also offers X1 Bravia Mobile HDR tech and creator mode with Cine Alta. The phone has 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage, but you can expand it by up to 1 TB via a microSD card slot. At the heart of the Xperia 5 III is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 888. It's a year-old chipset, but it's still a great performer in 2022. What's even more impressive is that the Xperia 5 II adopts its bigger sibling's variable zoom system, allowing you to switch between 70mm and 105mm focal lengths at will. This essentially gives you 4 cameras in 3 spaces, and there's a wonderful double-action physical shutter button too. The battery on this phone is a hefty 4,500 mAh cell, which may not sound like much, but considering the Xperia 5's battery size was just 3,140 mAh, and the 5i boasted a 4,000 mAh cell, it's a significant upgrade. We mentioned the friendlier price tag earlier. Well, this phone isn't cheap by any standards, but you can get it for around $900. Number 6 in my list is Sony Xperia 1 IV 512GB 5G factory unlocked smartphone. The Sony Xperia 1 IV impresses with its large 4K display and excellent color accuracy. The 5000 mAh battery lasts longer than its predecessor, and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset ensures powerful performance. This durable phone is water and dust resistant, IP68, and has complete connectivity options like NFC and a 3.5mm audio jack. The photo and video quality are comparable to mirrorless cameras. On the downside, there are noticeable speed throttling, slow charging, and no charger. The refresh rate is not very user-friendly, and the camera lacks a night mode. Number 5 in my list is Sony Xperia 555G Dual XQ-DE72 256GB 8GB RAM smartphone. Most premium phones these days feature triple cameras, but the Sony Xperia 5V goes above and beyond with 2 cameras, a 48MP wide lens and a 12MP ultra-wide lens. We've tested a ton of cameras, and the results we've gotten from the Xperia 5V are comparable to newer, more expensive devices like the Honor Magic 6 Pro and Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Whether in ideal conditions or low-light scenarios, you'll almost always get clear, high-quality images. Combine that with a great 5000 mAh battery life that's proven to be more efficient than other premium phones like the Samsung Galaxy S24 and Google Pixel 8, and you're dealing with a bit of a dark horse in the premium smartphone segment thanks to the powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset. In short, it's not as well known as some of the more popular Android phones, but it's still capable enough to compete. While there aren't many downsides to the 5V, it's worth noting that it's only got 2 years of software updates and 3 years of security updates, meaning it's not as future-proof as the latest Samsung and Google Pixel options. It's also not the most generous in terms of storage, with most phones in this price range offering significantly more storage than the 128 gigabytes you get here. You can expand your storage with a microSD, but if you don't already have one, it's an additional expense to consider. Number 4 in my list is Sony Xperia 15 256GB 5G factory unlocked smartphone. The Sony Xperia 15 has a unique textured back cover similar to the camera grip of the Sony Alpha series. It is designed to withstand exposure to dust and water for up to 30 minutes at a distance of 1.5 meters. The 4K OLED display offers special modes for viewing photos and videos, while the advanced telephoto camera delivers excellent photos and videos. Powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, it ensures fast performance, and the 5000 mAh battery should last you all day. It also offers full connectivity, including a 3.5mm audio jack. However, the phone suffers from speed throttling issues, is slower to charge than its rivals, lacks adaptive refresh rate, and does not include a macro camera. Night mode performance is also below expectations. Number 3 in my list is Sony Xperia 16 XQ-DE72 5G Dual 256GB 12GB RAM smartphone. In a surprising turn of events, Sony has released its latest flagship phone with an FHD+ 1080x2340 display and a 19.5:9 aspect ratio that's more in line with the Galaxy. While the days of 4K 21:9-inch displays on Xperia flagship phones are over, there are some positive aspects to this change. The new Xperia 16 features the brightest screen ever in Xperia history, 50% brighter than its predecessor, and now features an LTPO panel that can dynamically switch between 1 and 120 Hz. The phone also features the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, and now features a vapor chamber cooling system to help dissipate the heat generated by this powerful processor. Another improvement is in the camera system. The telephoto camera can shoot from 85mm to 170mm, while the previous model could only shoot 125mm at the very end of its zoom range. The battery remains at 5000 mAh, but Sony is now advertising this phone as a 2-day smartphone. Due to the reduced pixels in the FHD Plus display, 2.5 million compared to 6.3 on the previous model. The software has also been tweaked a bit, with the camera app now housing all the Pro software instead of separate apps for photos, video, and movies. And Sony's AI, of course, is deeply embedded within the algorithms to help you take the best possible pictures. At €1,399, many hardcore Xperia fans will be unhappy with the reduced resolution, but overall Sony is trying to target a broad audience with this particular Xperia. Number 2 in my list is Sony Xperia 5 128GB factory unlocked smartphone. The Sony Xperia 5 has a compact and timeless design that stays true to the classic Sony Xperia look. The OLED display includes a fingerprint scanner and offers vivid and accurate colors. The speakers deliver crisp and clear sound. Powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, it's smooth and efficient for its class. The camera system is packed with advanced features and can record 4K video at frame rates between 24 and 120 FPS. The 5000 mAh battery ensures that the phone will last you through everyday use, With 12 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of internal storage, there's plenty of room for apps and files. The phone comes with a variety of sensors and connectivity options, such as NFC and Wi-Fi 6, as well as wireless and reverse wireless charging. For those who prefer wired audio, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack included. However, the external memory slot is combined with the SATA card, and the phone lacks an infrared blaster and a periscope camera. Also, no charger or cable is included in the box. Number 1 in my list is Xperia 1/3 5G smartphone. The Sony Xperia 1/3 remains one of Sony's best phones, and its biggest highlight is that it's the world's first smartphone to feature a 4K 120Hz display. That may seem like overkill, but it's still impressive, as the 6.5-inch OLED display remains one of the best screens you'll find on a smartphone. The other aspects of the Xperia 1/3 are also very impressive. Battery life in particular was found to outperform most flagships in our review, although the phone's capacity is a middling 4,500 mAh. This is a rare flagship phone that also has a 3.5mm headphone port, which will be a big selling point for some. The Sony Xperia 1/3 also has top-notch power and a capable camera setup, with a 12MP adaptive telephoto camera alongside the primary, ultra-wide, and depth sensors that can switch between 2.9x and 4.4x optical zoom. The lack of an in-screen fingerprint scanner and the long, narrow design won't be for everyone. But aside from those issues, this remains up there with the best flagships of 2025 from any brand, and it's priced accordingly. Alright guys, this was our today's video. If you find this video helpful for you, then like the video, and if you come to our channel first time, then hit the subscribe button for our amazing upcoming videos. Be sure to check out the links in the description for the updated price of all products discussed in this video. Hope you have a great day and see you soon in the next video.